Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is the Locker Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of tech news, gadget views, and answers that you can use. I've got a tail! And no, I'm not talking about the thing on my top lip. I mean one of these. I've featured part of this product a few weeks ago in the Locker Gnome Daily Report, but the monkey tail was designed, as I slapped my chin with it, to act as a system which can position your tablet in just about any state, anywhere, including wrapped around your leg. So if you want to get your hands on a monkey tail, all you have to do is back the Kickstarter project. There it is. Sorry, it's a tablet tail monkey kit, not a monkey tail. What do you think? Is it a good look for me? Here's another question submitted to us. Does Microsoft Surface run regular Windows programs? I assume by regular, you mean the programs Windows has been running ever since Windows 95. And the answer is yes and no, depending on which version of Windows you're talking about. Windows 8, yes, it'll run classic Windows programs. Windows RT, on the other hand, will not. Here's a question that, even if I answer it today, will still get asked of me tomorrow. Are Macs just for video editing and graphic design? The answer is yes, if this is 1995. But the thing is, we're living in 2013, and as far as graphic editing and video editing or any kind of multimedia needs are concerned, Windows handles things as well as OS X handles things as well as Linux. Macs are good for anything that you can throw at them, really. There's very little you can do with a PC that you can't do with a Mac, and vice versa. And anybody who tells you otherwise obviously has not tried both. Jack Sanders asked us this question: which camera smartphone should I buy? After doing his own research, he came down to two devices, the Nokia PureView 808 and the Lumia 920. Either way, you may want to wait until after Mobile World Congress, which is right around the corner. But even if you don't want to wait, my suggestion is pull up images side by side, and whichever camera produces an image that you like most, that's the phone you want, or a smartphone, or a camera phone, whatever you're going to call it. And remember, what your eyes see in the beauty of an image, whether it's composition or the overall quality, it's going to be completely different from what my eyes see. So I appreciate that you're reaching out for my experience, and I haven't had an experience with both these phones, but even if I were to look at images, the images that I thought was, or in a comparison, the image that I thought was better would not necessarily be the same image that you would think is better. So go with what your eyes tell you, dude. Speaking of camera phones, I don't know if you caught the status update last night, but my iPhone 5 was producing purple boogers. No matter what I did, the purple booger wouldn't go away. Turns out, it was something on the sensor. And I took it into the Apple Store. A couple minutes later, I walked out with a new iPhone 5. It was that easy, and it didn't cost me a thing. What can I say? Apple stands by their products. So no, before you ask, it wasn't something on the lens. In fact, if you guys ask nicely in the comments thread below, I might detail the story a little further and tell you exactly why I keep supporting Apple. I mean, in a separate video in this channel, of course, if you would like me to talk about that. Why might HP's new Chromebook be a big deal? I'm glad you didn't ask. There are several of us who believe that Chromebooks make excellent secondary computers, guest computers, knock-around computers, test computers, whatever you want to call them. I don't know if I would recommend a Chromebook as a primary machine at this point, unless, of course, your needs only were related to email and the web. You guys heard of something called WebRTC? Well, even if you've never heard about it, it's a big deal. In fact, Chrome and Firefox's teams are working together to make sure it happens. RTC peer connection, also known as peer connection or PC interoperability, means that you could use a WebRTC application that can make direct audio and video calls to other applications on another browser without having to install a third-party plugin. So imagine firing up your web browser and video chatting with someone else who is using a completely different type of web browser. That's a good thing, and no flash is required. Vloggerfair.com, more information coming soon. Microsoft Surface Pro gets tough early reviews. Apparently the thing is heavy and has a crappy battery life. Oh, not to mention Windows 8. I'm just saying, if you spend $900 on a PC, you expect it to be decent, right? I could spend $900 on a 128 gig iPad and it would last me all day. I mean, the battery would last me all day. I would hope the iPad would last longer than that. Michael Dell says Buyout is exciting new chapter that will take time and patience. And as I said yesterday, I think the move is a good thing, if only to save Michael's last name. I mean, that's his legacy. New BlackBerry with keyboard won't hit US market until May. And if I see someone holding a new BlackBerry with a keyboard, I'll hit them. Just kidding. I don't want to advocate any kind of violence, and certainly your decision is your decision, and you gotta live with it. Just that physical keyboards on smartphones? Really? Liberty buys Virgin, creating largest broadband company outside China. I'm assuming they're talking about a company called Virgin. The Raspberry Pi camera will arrive in 2013. It's a great time to be a maker. BlackBerry Android runtime to be upgraded to Android 4.1 Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean's good enough for now, but what about the next version of Android? When are we going to hear more about that? ComScore reports that Apple has increased its lead as top US smartphone maker, while Samsung also gains. Android and iOS, they fortify a duopoly. I'm sorry, little guy. Really, I am. Don't be blue. Because Samsung is allegedly set to unveil the Galaxy S4 on March 15th and on sale from early April. Dropbox unveils Sync API for mobile developers, allowing apps to work with cloud-based files as if they were local. Our question of the day is brought to you by GoDaddy.com. Now, if you want to save money on your next purchase on GoDaddy.com, email me first, please. I will send you the latest list of coupons that I have. Chris@Pirillo.com. ToastQ signed up for LockerGnome.net after I told him that I might not be able to answer his question. He was asking, Nexus 4 or Galaxy S3? And in case you've seen neither one of them, here's the Galaxy S3 and the Nexus 4. Kind of depends on what you want. I have no problems recommending the Nexus 4. It has been the best Android experience I have had to date. That being said, if you want a removable battery, the Galaxy S3 is going to make you happier. Of course, there are other differences between the two devices, but again, it boils down to what you want. I mean, asking me what I want, I'm going to give you an answer. But what I want shouldn't necessarily be what you want. Unless, of course, you want my life. In which case, I tell you, be careful what you wish for. No matter which choices you make for yourself, I'm very glad you made the choice to like and share this video, to be a good part of our community, to comment, to look at the other things that we're doing for you, to engage with us on an hourly basis as we're doing things online, not just on YouTube alone. So, thanks again for being you. We'll see you later.